What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the live chat, but let me see. Live chat. I don't see the live chat. Hey, what's going on? We're just driving around. Welcome in, everybody. So I just got back from eating very bad food. I'm driving back to my house, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to just chat a little bit away from the computer. It's going to be really hard for me to see the chat because I need to pay attention on the road. But I wanted to talk about last night's podcast and essentially what happened. So we ended up playing the new 48-hour special about the Idaho murders, and I kind of thought I knew what was going to happen with that. I thought that it was going to get probably nailed for a copyright strike, and it did. So unfortunately, if you were not there live last night, you're probably never going to be able to see that episode again. But what I'm going to do is tonight, I'm actually going home. I'm going to be preparing for some material for tonight and basically redo that episode from last night. And I'm not going to be able to play the 48-hour episode, but I'm going to put a slideshow presentation together, and we can go through that. And we found a lot of misinformation. In that episode last night, and I pointed a lot of that out. So what I'm going to do in the slideshow presentation is put together where things were correct and where information was wrong. And you know me here at LTL, we try to give the best relevant information that we can in every case. Everything that we cover it with truth and we cover it with honesty. Because I can't get into conspiracies. I can't put families or victims in weird positions. I just wouldn't feel right about that. So, tonight, maybe we can correct all that. I can put together an episode tonight. And we'll review that and go over it. And I know you'll all be there. You'll all join, of course. So who do we have? We have Candy in the chat. Danielle's here. Minx is here. Good to see you. Yeah, we did. We caught a lot of misinformation. Oh, by the way, the deputy shot out in LA, in Palmdale. They have a suspect in custody. They broke that news this morning. So I'm very happy. That there's been a subject in custody, and hopefully now, that officer's family can get some peace. It's sad. It's a very sad situation. This officer was just, was just engaged 4 days ago. Just got engaged 4 days ago, and this tragic event happened. So I'm very glad that they have a subject in custody. We're on a field trip. Just got back from eating, and I've never done really a live in car. I shouldn't be doing this. It's probably illegal. Driving. We're just driving around. It's rush hour here in my town, so a lot of people or city. I actually live in a city. Everybody's coming home from work. But, I thought it'd be a good thing just to pop one of these lives open, chat with all of you on my way back, and, give a little different perspective than sitting in the house all the time. Oh, also, there was nine detention youths that escaped a Pennsylvania youth, I think it was a youth center last night. A Utes, just like my cousin Vinny. Utes. What's a Ute? They actually escaped from a Pennsylvania youth detention center. They have now been in custody. I'll tell you, Pennsylvania, you gotta get things together there. You're having a lot of escapes lately, a lot of nervous residents in and around that area right now. Let me see the chat here. Probably should be paying attention to the road. Yeah, totally crazy. Totally crazy. What's going on in Pennsylvania? Come on, we got to get this right. So again, if you're just jumping into the chat, I did the episode on the Idaho 48 hours, the new episode released on Saturday. I did play it in its entirety, and I made a reference to feeling that it was going to get nailed with a copyright, and that's what happened. So the episode did get pulled. So if you didn't watch the event live last night, unfortunately, you're probably never going to be able to see it again. But I'm going to try to recreate that the best I can through storytelling and presentations tonight. And we'll go over, like I said, we found a lot of misinformation, a lot of bad editing in that episode. I think that they could have done a better job with, instead of kind of throwing it together and putting it out there, because I understand a lot of these mainstream media companies, they always want to be first. They always want to be the first to put something out and get it out there. But in doing so, you have to make sure that you're getting the correct information, you're putting the correct information out there, because this can cause, a lot of things that we've dealt with in this case, a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of misinformation. And I think that leads to a lot of, these YouTube channels, these creators, these blogs, these independent journalists that come up with these theories, and they're wrong. They're wrong. So let's see. Who do we got? I can't see the chat that much. I'm sorry. I'm driving. We're driving around right now. We're just driving. And I'm going to be turning up onto my street here. I'm probably going to park for a minute so I can talk with all of you before I head back home. But I just got back grabbing some dinner, fast food, not the best stuff in the world, but it was all right. It satisfied my appetite for now. But that's really, that's the news that's going on. A lot of terrible things going on lately, but a lot of positive things as a lot of these things that are happening, we're getting resolution to it. Danilo Cavalcante, about a 2-week run, caught, apprehended. The deputy that was shot out in LA. And we have some resolution of that. They have a suspect in custody. Unfortunately, we're in a jam as far as the Kohberger case right now, because that's going to be quite a while. There's actually a place that's just up the street from me. It's like a old abandoned golf course. I walk up here a lot. There's a lot of walking trails. If it wasn't raining, I'd get out and show everybody what it looks like around here. I'm going to pull to the back of the building. We'll pause. Talk out here for a minute. Of course, there's always people out here. Rainy day. What the hell do you need to be back here for, right? But I'm going to park here for a second so I can see the chat. We'll chat a little bit. Let's see. Who do we got? Danielle's here. Minx is here. Tsunami. Dean is here. Good to see you. Great Dane is here. Who else do we got? Carrie H in the room. Nice to see you. Let's see. Candy's here. Tanya M is Tanya or Tanya? Sorry, I can't read it. Too small. From Cairo. We got Cairo, Egypt in the house. Nice to see you. Let's see. Chosen Rosen in the house. One of my channel moderators. I had a conversation via text message the other day. One of the old contributors to the channel. Sorry, I'm like burping and belching right now from my dinner. One of the old contributors that possibly may be joining the panel again soon, which is nice because we miss them. Let's see. Brian, I was just coming in, but I watched from the beginning. Just wanted to let you know. I also got a very emotional watching the 48-hour episode, especially with, I can't read that, and his father and sister. So sad. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of misinformation. There was a lot of misinformation in that episode, and we went through it last night, and I'm going to be able to recreate that tonight. So I'm going to go home and work on that. See, everybody kind of knows who I've been talking to. But I'm going to go home and work on that soon so I can put together this episode. And, it's a bummer because I thought that we would get around the copyright, and it's impossible. They have copyright on it. I was going to try to play the audio, but there's copyright on it. Usually all those 48 episodes, they do that stuff. So you can't get through. Yeah, I saw that missing F-35, and they're asking the public, they're asking you to help find it. The military that has all this sophisticated equipment cannot find this F-35 that supposedly crashed. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tell Laura I said hi. I will. She is she's doing well. She's just been a bit busy. She said that she's kind of feeling the Idaho thing again. I think that, well, I don't want to call it a thing, but you know what I mean. She's just, was overwhelmed, and I think there was just a lot of things going on in her life, and I understand that. But I told her that my panel is always open. We always have a home for her, so if she ever wants to jump on the panel, she's always welcome. I think it was in South Carolina, somewhere in South Carolina. That's what they're saying. Somewhere in and around South Carolina. Yeah, she texted me. Laura texted me and said, "Hey, I'm sure that you watched the 48-hour episode." I said, "Of course I did." And we were talking about I'm going to turn my car off here. We were just talking about everything that, we saw at it. And then we started to talk about Xana. And we thought that it was interesting that they said in that episode that they believe that Xana encountered the killer. And I went back to an episode that Laura and I put together about 4 months ago. And we had thought that back then, that it is possible. And I'm going to review that again on tonight's episode so you all can see that. I'll pull that episode back up and we'll play through that 10-minute segment, because that was mentioned that they feel and they believe that she encountered the killer. And we had our theories about that. So we'll go over that tonight in the podcast. I'm still in contact with the gentleman, Daniel, with the situation out in Cranston, Rhode Island, being displaced because of flooding. I think that he has a community meeting tonight that he's trying to put together to try to get some results. I'm going to touch base back with him probably tomorrow and see where everything landed and how everything is going there. I'm still in a messy work situation. I already have a job. I have a job lined up. It's lined up for the 2nd. I can go and start that job. I had some falling out today at my present job. I felt like I was being leveraged, and I don't like that feeling. And I felt like I was being almost like shamed, like, oh, you want to go out that way. You don't want to, ride out the rest of your days. This is the way you want to go out. And unfortunately, I'm stuck in a very tough position because the company I presently work for now, they are a conglomerate. They own a lot of companies. And I'm in a rock and a hard place because, one, the way that this is ending, it's not good. And I think, if I was to leave, I would be put down as irrehirable. If the way that everything is ending right now, there's a lot of sourness on all sides. So I still think I'm going to be irrehirable. And I don't think there's any way that I can clean this up. It just all came together at once. There's a lot of frustration on everyone's sides. I had an HR interview today. That didn't go as well as planned. And I kind of feel like I'm being used right now until my time is out. So I have about 48 hours to make my ultimate decision if I'm just going to walk away. And that's probably going to be my ultimate decision. I do have a job lined up. I actually talked to my new boss again today. Seems really cool, very laid back, nice guy. I'm still going to be taking a position in the industry that I'm in, but I will take a little bit of a step back and a little bit cut in salary, but I won't have to I won't have to worry so much. And I just have to go in and just perform my duties as best as I can and just be some really helping hands at this new company. And that's what I plan to do. And I think it will be nice for a while to take a step back, get my mental health right, because it's been pretty blasted since May. And get back on track, you know. Candy says they don't care because at the end of the day, everyone is sorry, I can't read that. Let's see, they were being an asshole because they don't want you to leave and they're being salty about it. Yeah. I have complete confidence that you'll be fine. Yeah. It's just been very mentally draining. It's been very, very stressful, the situation that I ended up in. This could have been corrected. And when someone, I look at a situation. If you're in a position of power and you lead a team and someone is calling out to you and they're waging their concerns and they're saying, I have concerns, I have needs, I'm being very overworked. Can we work through the solution together? And that is being ignored and it's being passed and it's being glazed over. And then shit just keeps building up and building up. And you're mentally, you're doing these mental gymnastics because I am a leader and everybody is looking towards me. So I have to bridge the gap between what I'm doing and corporate. And when I'm not getting any answers back to my people, they start losing confidence in me. And there's a lot of things down the line that just collapsed and got us in a terrible situation now. And frankly, I just don't care anymore. I really don't. I tried really hard. I tried to fix the situation. I tried to circle things up to my field leader, and I have stacks of emails to prove that. And I read one of the emails, my last email that I had, the last straw, I read that to HR today. And, basically they say, well, I wish we would have known about this earlier. We could have probably been a liaison to try to fix it. And I get all that. But and I know, when you start kind of grumbling, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to deal with it. And clearly that's what happened in this situation. So, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. It's a company that I really wanted to have some longevity with, but I just don't think it's going to be a right fit for me anymore. I don't think it's going to be a right fit for me anymore. And I need to make sure that my mental health is good, and it's not right now, and it hasn't been. So, that's it. We'll get through it. How large is the company you work for? One of the worst jobs I had ever was Best Buy. They own over 90 companies. They are the largest luxury retailer in the world. So I potentially am going to create a bad name for myself if I leave early, and I will probably never be hired by one of their companies ever again. And I'm in a very weird spot because the way that this is all ending, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of saltiness on all sides, and you can feel it in the tones of our voice when I talk to my field leader and vice versa. I don't know. I think the bridges are already burned. It's not furniture. And I just don't really want to get into the name, but I'm sure that you probably all could Google it and figure it out. But it's probably the largest luxury conglomerate in the world. And it's just sad. It was a dream that I really wanted to work for this company. But I guess that's the breaks. Time to move on. Time to move on. So I don't know. I wanted to do this quick live for you all. I'm literally just wanted to get out of the house. I went and grabbed some dinner. I was on my way back home. I'm going to go home and prepare for tonight's episode. And we're going to have to kind of do a redo. Like I said, that episode that I did last night on the live got taken down. I'm not going to be able to get that episode back because it's under a copyright strike, and I don't want it to strike my channel. I tried to appeal it, and maybe to the good nature of 48 hours, they would allow me to use it, but I figured they would not. So that episode is pretty much, it's done. So we'll recreate it tonight through like storyboards and articles. And, I always put together a good show. It was a great episode, and everybody that was there made it amazing. It was a fun episode. And, I don't know. I have so much going on. Just what I want to do, what I want to do in life. I want to do this. I know that. But my channel is just not at the level to say, screw work. I'm going to walk out and just be my own business. Yes. I mean, this has been a great, side business, but it's not at the level to be full-time. And I want this to be my full-time career at some point. I want to be my own boss and just kind of come and go as I please. But it's just going to take a lot to get there. And I'm probably a couple years out from that. So I'm at just a really weird spot in my life. I'm 45 years old. I'm not getting any younger. I mean, over the last 2 years, it's crazy. I look in the mirror and there's just so much gray, and it's like all my hair is falling out, and it's now I look and I'm like, fuck, Father Time's catching up quick, and I feel like I've done pretty damn good for myself in the sense of keeping myself straight, working very hard. I've been working so hard since I was 15 years old, 14 years old. I've always worked, and I've always put work first before everything in my life. I have sacrificed so much of family and birthdays and vacations. I've had vacations planned, and because work has fallen short, I've elected to skip the vacation or move it. I'm not married. I don't have kids. So in that sense, I have a large family. My friends hardly see me. I remember when all their kids were born, and I was just at my friend Brian's house the other day, another Brian, and I look at his kids, and his kids are all in high school now, and I can remember when they were born, and all those birthday parties I missed, and all the things that I was always invited to, and I feel like a shit. I just never could get there, could never go. I have this entrepreneurial spirit. I've had that my whole life. And I want to do things. I want to travel and I want to go on location and do this kind of stuff. But I'll be honest, I'm scared. I'm afraid, you know? I'm afraid to do all those things. I'm afraid to travel, you know? I'm afraid of that that moment where you're maybe standing on a cliff and you have a parachute on you, or you're gonna go skydiving and you have a parachute and you have to make that decision. Am I gonna jump out of the plane, or am I not gonna jump out of the plane and parachute? So I'm scared. I'm afraid. I've never really done a lot of that. I'm not a person to jump on a plane and go. Get me in a car and drive, and you want me to drive anywhere, I'll do that. But jumping on a plane, it's tough for me. Uh, there's a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things that I know that I can do, but you have to get over that fear in your life and just do it. And this was one of them. Making this decision to change my situation. My work situation, to free up some more time. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how it's going to be when I go. I mean, this could be the best decision of my life right now, or this could be one of the worst decisions. Yeah. Terry saying, time for you, trust your instincts. Yeah, I feel inside, my stomach is telling me, that gut feeling is saying, this is going to be a good decision for you. Like I said, I met with my new boss again today. Seems really cool and laid back. Sweet saying, I totally understand what you're saying. Let's see. You will rise above, keep dreaming your dream. Thank you, Bella, I appreciate that. You will get there, B. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate all of your support. You're all great supporters. Take Detective John. What's it say? Gavina saying, take Detective John with Brian. Show you the rope or get in touch with JLR. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to reach out to JLR. We had that small spot on my channel, during Danilo Cavalcante. He's kind of doing his thing and just teaming up with other creators. I get that. He's kind of a one-man show, and he will make ultimate decisions what's best for JLR. I think that I have to just keep pushing forward, keep working hard at this. It's not easy. YouTube can be very stressful at times, trying to engage the audience. And, we appreciate it as creators that the people that do show up all the time, or they interact with our videos. I mean, yeah, you have 10,000 subscribers on your channel, but you only have, a couple thousand or whatever that may interact with you. They might just see a video and click subscribe because they may be interested in a specific subject at that time. We gained a lot of subscribers over Danilo Cavalcante. I lost a lot of subscribers after that. So maybe they were just tuning in to watch the coverage. And now that there's nothing going on, they're really not interested in the other content on the channel. So it's finding that healthy balance. Gavina says that JRL teamed up with T-Rev. How nice. Yeah, great. Perfect. If that's what he wants to do, that's his business. I feel like we did a really great job of coverage over here. I think we were one of the better coverages out there. We were right there, right when it first started to happen. There were some other creators that were late to the game. And I think it helped put LTL on the map a little bit. People were very appreciative of what we did. We streamed almost 50 hours of content during that. In the limited capacity that I have, I tried to get in every moment of my free time to sit and stream as long as I could and follow that. Let's see. I'm just trying to read some of the chat. I thought I would never see you again. Let's see. I love your attitude and your coverage was fantastic. Always rooting for you in your channel. Thank you, sweet. I appreciate that. I just wish sometimes the smaller creators would get some push. I know when I get bigger, if this channel ever gets bigger, and I've done it. I've helped channels. I've helped people. I call out smaller channels. I drop links for other people. It just would be nice sometimes for the larger creators to recognize smaller channels, I guess. People that could use that push. I was excited to watch it with you. Sorry, the chat's going quick. And you were sick too. Incredible during Danilo Cava. Yeah, I was wicked sick. Super sick. Brian, you deserve the support. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. It just, it would have been nice for the smaller creators to get kind of some recognition. I know I get called out, but we do good stuff here. I love it. I love everybody here. John was on the panel. He was helping out. Jeff was on the channel. He was helping out. Everybody in the chat was helping out during that. It was really great. So very good communal thing that we did. And I only wish that I could have went to Pennsylvania and been boots on the ground. But it's tough. Again, I have to work a full-time job to keep myself going. So good luck with your future projects. You have a nice approach in your content, and it's hard to listen to many of those in true crime creators. Yeah, I mean, I understand we cover a lot of true crime. It's funny, I never really intended LTL to be a true crime channel. My goal was to just interview people and talk with them and hear about their situations, maybe their struggles in life. Maybe the obstacles that they've overcome, maybe some motivational people, or maybe draw some attention to a specific community, a situation they have. But people are very resistant around that. I just don't understand. You reach out and you say, hey, I have this platform on YouTube. If you need to get your story out there, it's free of charge. Come over and just tell your story. Let us know what we can do to help. If we can be that platform and give you more of a voice and get your information out there, it's what I want to do. And I don't know, people get just really weird about that. And even just other creators get very territorial in the sense of like, they don't want to partner up with anybody because they feel like you're going to steal their subscribers. I think this is the weirdest thing. I think when everybody works together and you're all on the same plane and the same subject, it helps everybody. It helps everybody. But people become very, very territorial about that. I think in the back of their mind, they're like, they're going to steal my subscribers. I just want everybody to win. We can all create this and make this platform great, especially in the true crime community. And I've done that. I've tried to do that a bunch of times with some creators. But it's like, they've come over, they jump on my channel, I start dropping their link, they get to a certain number or a certain subscriber, and then that's it. They don't want to be here anymore. It's weird. It's weird. Let's see. Are they gift memberships? Kelly is. I'll be honest with you. I think I probably gift out the most memberships out of anybody. Do you ever see any other creators gifting memberships? Probably not. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that I gift probably the most memberships. And I have a bunch of moderators, especially Carrie, all the time is gifting memberships. I don't see anybody gifting memberships at all. So it's funny because, people go, oh, you make a lot of money on YouTube. You do that. Honestly, every super chat, like if I get any super chats, if I have a show that I get a pretty significant amount of super chats, I probably gift back about $50 to $100 in memberships. Let's see. They bought members of other channels. I'm just trying to see. In the same way in Craft World, you have, sorry, I need glasses and I can't read this. The subscriber support many channels. There doesn't have to be a fight for their loyalty. I completely agree. And people will choose to watch what they want to watch. And it's like, becomes this battle of the time slots too. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Everybody's trying to compete with each other. You know, everybody's watching everybody else's channel. It's just goofy. Just do your thing, stay the course, and things will work out. That's my philosophy. We went way off subject here. We were talking like Idaho when we first came live, and now we're just talking like subscriber stuff. I thought this would be a nice like open chat. That's what I wanted to do. I discovered you through Titanium Built, and now I watch you both. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Tanya does great work over there. Be nice to have her back over here. But I don't know where she went. Candy Six, great channel. Keep being you and your... I support a bunch of creators. You're my faves. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you. Maybe she's going through her own stuff too. Quite possibly. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been in touch with her in a long time. She texted me about maybe a week ago and said, hey, I heard you hit 10,000 subscribers. Congratulations. And I went, thank you so much. And basically just keep pushing. That's all I really said. Tanya still got her channel going. She's still going strong. I think she's on vacation right now. Candy says, I don't know, but I have nothing to do with, I don't know, but I have nothing to do with Tanya. I think maybe stuff was maybe misunderstood. Maybe that's the reason why she didn't answer anyone back. Have no idea. Dina says, you're oh, well, thank you, Dina. Appreciate you. I don't know. I just think that people get very territorial about stuff. It's a little goofy. You know, if you all work together, it all helps everybody out in the end, I think. I mean, I think that what happens in YouTube is that because our algorithm may pick up a certain amount of channels. So let's say like, you know, LTL and T-Rev and JLR and Tanya. And you're seeing that stuff all the time because that's the content that you're paying attention to. Believe it or not, and I don't think people realize it, there are billions of YouTube channels. There are billions, probably millions of creators that are creating, you know, true crime content. But it's because we, you know, the live streamers get very territorial about numbers and who's watching and stuff like that. You know, and it's strange. You know, sometimes I'll go live and it will be 20 people watching, and sometimes I'll go live and there'll be 800 people. It's just timing. It's just subject matter, you know, stuff like that. But personally, I would want to work alone because that's just who I am. I don't mind working alone, but like I've said in the past, it's nice sometimes to have someone on panel with you because this is why. It creates dynamic for the show. You have another human being that's sitting live with you, even though they may not be able to sit in the same room with you, but you can see them on camera, and they're having a dynamic conversation, and it makes it much more fascinating for the subscribers that are watching that live chat. Yeah, it's great to watch a one-person show, but I like to have people on and conversate and bounce ideas off of when I'm on a panel, of course. I've always loved multi-tiered conversations. You know, that's why, you know, if DJ drops in my chat, I'll drop him the link. Hey, jump on. What do you think about this? There may be things that he agrees with me about it. There may be things that he doesn't. But that's what makes a show interesting for the subscribers. You know, Jeff H has been on the channel. Laura used to be here. I've had Tanya on. I did some stuff with Drunk Turkey a long time ago. Publicly Buzzed a long time ago. It just makes the conversation better, I feel like, for the audience. Jeff H is here. Hey, Jeff, how are you? So I'm out just driving around, taking a little break, getting out of the house. I'm going to go back here in a little bit and put tonight's show together. and I hope you all can make it. It'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over the 48-hour Idaho episode that was just released on Saturday. I did do a show about it last night, but unfortunately, due to copyright, they struck it and took it down. So that episode is in the ether. It will never be able to come back, unfortunately. But we're going to try to do our best through storytelling and timelining tonight, and I'll be sure to put together a nice episode for you all tonight. So Jeff is driving too. That's great. I legit miss my favorite creator like you, Brian, when you are not live. Thank you, sweet. Well, I miss all of you. You know, I love doing this. I love being here and having conversations with all of you. And again, I've said, you as a creator, you start to recognize and remember the names. Can you help me with something, please? Michael, what did you need? I might be able to help you. You're on track. Let's see. Sweet says, well, damn it. Yeah, 48 Hours did the same to someone else for showing a preview. It's for my fashion. All right, Michael. So Michael's looking for some help with fashion. I think that's what it says. I have bad eyes, so let's see. Let's see what Michael has to say. Maybe we can help him out. Cavalcante of the corn, children of the Cavalcante. Yes, I have to get that corn can out this week to Kelly. Promised her. So we have a super chat that just came in from S.J. Howard. Thank you. One door closes, another one opens. That's so fitting. Thank you, S.J. Howard. I appreciate your $19.99 super chat. That's really great. Thank you. It's tough, you know. Life is interesting. My life has been very interesting, and not so interesting at times. The last couple of years have been pretty tough for me. Last couple of years have been tough. A lot of I guess you would call it like midlife crisis. Midlife crisis, maybe. Just figuring out what I want to do. Figuring out my friends. Figuring out relationships. It hasn't come easy for me. Hasn't come easy. People scare me. They do. Isn't that weird? People scare me. Lucy, thank you so much for becoming part of the membership group. I didn't think I was going to open up like this so much today. I don't know. You know, that's the thing. People scare me. It's been hard. You know, maybe we all go through that. Maybe we have those moments in life. Maybe we have people like that. I'm sure you all go through times like that. If you haven't been here before, please make sure to go down and subscribe. Like this video. I would appreciate it. We're doing a little something different here. I'm kind of out in the wild today. Get out of the house, out of the headquarters, out here in the rain at my abandoned golf course that is beautiful, that I do a lot of nature walking in and around here, and I'm lucky to have this literally a block from my house. Yeah, Delphi, I mean, I never really got into it, so I'm a little lost in that. What kind of socks am I wearing? I'm wearing just plain white socks. I hope this is not going to get creepy, Michael, but I'm just wearing plain white socks. Yeah, so, life the last couple of years has been pretty tough in the sense of relationships, love, figuring out, what I'm going to do next. Friendships, work. What did you eat? Asked before, but you didn't answer. Oh, I had Chick-fil-A. Yes, love talk with Brian. Yeah. Yeah, I had Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, yummo. Yeah, I know. It's such bad for you, but it's so good. I think one of the only people that doesn't like Chick-fil-A. It's all right every once in a while. I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I was kind of craving it today. So, can you take off your sock slowly, please, and let me see the sock coming off slowly, please? Michael, fantastic conversation, buddy. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen. But if you want to hit me up privately and give me a $500 donation, I'll sign one of my socks for you, buddy, and send it right to you. Joking, of course. I think Michael likes my socks. Gary timed him out. Michael, you can hit my PayPal up. $500. You can have all the socks you want, buddy. I think someone's having a little rise today, if you know what I mean. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We all gotta have a little fun sometimes. Yeah, it was a little strange. But $500 donation, you can have all my used socks that you want, Michael. Oh, this was fun. This turned into something being fun today. Michael likes leg wear. Yes, I think Michael likes leg wear. Dude, I am addicted to these things. I literally, and this is bad because my stomach's probably all torn up from this. I literally go through one of these like every 2 or 3 days, and I've been doing that since 2006. That is bad. I'm so addicted to these things. It's bad. I can only imagine the amount of chemicals that have gone through my body because of icebreaker mints. But if they want to sponsor me, I can be your sponsor. No, I'm not sponsored by icebreakers. But they can reach out to me. Like having you live uncut. It's great to just have conversation with your supporters. Yeah, that's kind of why I did this today. Absolutely. It's fun just to kind of hang out sometimes. We're here, the pouring rain. It's getting hot in my car because I have no air flowing. I have the car off. And I don't know. I just wanted to drive around today. Sponsored by Hanes Footwear and Icebreakers. Yes, Jeff. I love it. Good stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I some days I wake up and I just say, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not quite there yet. I feel like something's missing. I'm not an overly religious person. I'm spiritual. I had a really weird moment the other day. This is strange. Let me tell you about this. So there is, in my city, there is a very religious spot that people go to they come from like all over the world. And I don't know what it is. And like I said, I'm not a very overly religious person. And I hope I'm not offending anybody. But I'm spiritual. But I always get drawn to this place to go to because they have a beautiful setting there. They have a lot of water fountains. And you can just go there and sit on a bench and think. So I went the other day. I was and I always find this when I'm in a very big turmoil in my life, or maybe making a huge decision where I might feel depressed about or sad about. I'm not kidding you. And I actually told Detective John this story off air. So I went and I sat. And where I sat, there's like benches, And if you look to the right, there's a huge cross with Jesus on it. And people can go up to the cross and pray. I had religion very early in my life, but I just never followed the church. And again, I've made the decision to just be, more spiritual than religious. And I hope I'm not getting too, I'm trying not to offend anybody, but this is a very positive story. So I'm sitting there and I'm having these thoughts, and I had my sunglasses on, and I was crying, just having a moment in life. And it was sunny that day, but there was a lot of clouds, overcast, or spotty clouds, blue sky, spotty clouds. And I kid you not, I'm in the middle of kind of like crying. I'm not afraid to admit that I cry. I'm a guy. We're emotional. We're human beings. We cry. And I kid you not, I had this moment where I was making a decision in my head, and literally at that moment, the cloud passes and pure sunlight just spots right down on me. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy. And if that's a sign from, my creator, or if you want to say that it's God, maybe that's a sign of, leading you in the right direction. Maybe the thought in saying that. And I'm telling you, the sun was literally strong as it could be, beat right down on me, almost like blazing sunlight. And I looked up above, they have an outdoor church. And I looked up and I was like, what is the chances of that? And it was almost like a feeling of peace, It was cool. It was a cool moment. It was very, very spiritual moment. I took it in that sense. So Danielle says that was a sign from God. It could be. It definitely could be. And it was funny. I told Detective John this story offline, and he's like, dude, man, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. And again, I'm not an overly religious person. I'm very spiritual. I believe very strongly in fate. I believe all things happen for a reason in life. We all come in and out of each other's lives for specific reasons. You may meet someone and they may only be in your life, be around you for 5 minutes, but there's a specific reason that person came in contact with you. There's a specific reason you had that conversation. That's a learning moment. That's a teaching moment. And I feel that that's how we build ourselves, and we build our character and our wisdom through that. And that's how we pass that on to others. We've gone through that situation. There's a specific reason why people are born at a specific time in your life. There's a specific reason why people die at a specific time in your life. That's one thing there's two things that are certain in life. We're going to die, and we're always going to pay taxes. Those are two things that are certain. I'm missing the chat. I apologize. Let me see. Jeff said, that sounds like something to me, Brian. Certainly doesn't sound like nothing. Yeah, maybe it's a turning point. Maybe it's a positive turning point. But that's things that I feel, that things happen for a reason. We have free will and choices. When we keep our eyes open to something bigger, we see the truth. I like that. Who said that? That was Kelly. Kelly, that was a great quote. I don't know if that's a Bible verse, but if it was, that's great. A time for every season. You're in a new season in life right now. And trust it. That's great, Bella. Thank you. Sounds like you made sounds like it made you smile, and then told us, and then we smiled. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why, I'm going to kind of transition this into true crime. I look at situations, when people make poor choices or bad choices to hurt someone, or to, something worse than that, to kill them. I don't, it's hard to understand, how we look at, the Idaho 4 case, these 4 beautiful souls. Who would want to do that to those specific people? What would want to make someone do that specific thing? That's a choice that you have to make. Is there so much rage that has gone through your head that you can't sort through that emotion, and that you don't see the ramifications of that on the other side? I know that rational people, when they think about it, what is the consequence of that? If I hurt this individual, the consequence will be X. The end game is prison. You will be in prison for the rest of your life, or you may lose your life. It depends on what state it happens in. There could be a death penalty. But I have a hard time understanding that someone may work towards a certain goal in their life, or a certain stage in their life, and then they start having these thoughts, and then they start acting on these thoughts, and it puts them in a terrible position. But that is the choice that they have to make. Their brain is not functioning correctly. Brian, when I first watched your older videos, you had, you had a long beard and backwards hat, which looked like, I can't read that, which looked like, I don't know what that, I can't read that word. I seriously thought you were a Muslim. No, I'm not a Muslim. I'm an Irishman. I love your transparency, Brian, and I'm waiting season 2. Thank you. Those were his lives to take. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's sad. As we learn about these individuals, and I talked about this yesterday during the lives, I think a lot of these creators that say bad and false information about these people is because they don't know them. We know them through a digital realm. We know them through videos. We know them through news articles. We know them from TV programs. We've never really been in contact with any of these people, the families, the victims, the community. And I think that's what detaches people from the thought of, if I put this wrong information out there, if I put this conspiracy theory out there, I don't have to deal with any of those people. I don't have to look them in the face. But you're wrong. You're wrong. Because everything that we do on this platform as creators is forever. It doesn't matter if it's now. It doesn't matter if it's 3 years from now. It doesn't matter if it's up for 20 minutes and it's dropped. People saw that content. And I just don't understand, and I'm going to take this specifically to the Gonzalez family, because they've been very open and transparent through this whole ordeal that they've been through, and they've been the most vocal. People give them a lot of shit. And that's not right. If that was my daughter, you damn well know I would be standing up on my soapbox as loud as I can, screaming at the top of my lungs to give her a voice. She's not here anymore. But she still needs a voice. And I only hope and I only wish that these creators that create all this negative press and put these negative ideas out there about these families, some of the stuff that they make up is horrible. How would you feel if someone said that about you? Or how would you feel if someone said that about your daughter that passed away? Or how would you feel if someone said that about your parents, your kid, your child, whatever? Take that into account. And that's why I've said that all along. I cannot be one of those people. I cannot say that stuff and feel good at night and lay my head down in bed. You don't think that the families don't watch these streams? Of course they do. Of course they do. You don't think that Steven Gonzalez couldn't be in this chat right now? Of course he could. I've already got tipped off from someone a couple of months back letting me know that Steve watches these streams. But, and the thing that just irks me is the people that make up all this bullshit, those are the channels that get popular. Those are the channels that people click on. Those are the channels that, outrun channels like this. And it's sad. You know, when you try to do something right, when you try to do right by these victims and their families, and you try to do right by their communities, these channels get surpassed. They get suppressed. But if you're putting bullshit out there about families, victims, and communities, you thrive. I don't thrive in blood money. I'm not going to put my name on shit like that. I'm just not going to do that. That's not me. I wouldn't want that said about me. I wouldn't want that said about my family, my daughter. I don't have a daughter, but I'm just saying if I did have one. So I just want people to think. Think about what you say before you put it out there. It can be extremely hurtful, and it stays on this platform forever. Once that video is posted, the only person that can take that down is actually essentially two people, YouTube and the creator. Let's see. Allie says, Brian, thank you for sharing with us. You are a caring person, and that, let me see, and that's one reason I came on your channel. Good luck with your new job and your future. You got this. Thank you. There are so many cases that are publicized and have cameras in the courtroom and no gag order. OJ was found not guilty. Yes. Mindy, press conference on here locally is on about the man taken into custody for killing that deputy. Yes, I have that on. I put that press conference on my community page. So, I don't know. So I wanted to do something different today, this afternoon here. We're sitting in the rain in Massachusetts. I'm going to head back home soon. I don't even know what time it is. I'm going to head back home and start getting tonight's show together. I hope you all can make it. It would be really nice to have a nice crowd this evening. And we'll go back over the 48 Hours episode through storyboarding and telling in articles. I'm just not going to be able to use the content that I made last night. It was such a great episode, and we'll get back into that this evening. I don't know. That's about what I have this afternoon. And I'm going to end this live here pretty soon and head off. My home is just out of this golf course, about a block up. I'll get in and finish my presentation for tonight, and hopefully we'll put together a good show, and hopefully we can bring in a great crowd. It'd be nice to see everybody there this evening. Last night we had about 350 people in the chat, so it was very successful. But it would be really nice. And let me turn the camera around. Maybe I can show you the rain right now. Let's see. That's what it's pouring, raining, of course. Not fun, but beautiful old golf course here. You can see the old clubhouse. And maybe I can show you a little bit of the... Yeah, hang on. Don't go out yet. I'll show you. Let me see. Sorry. Wow, it's really raining now. Bear with me. I feel like I'm JLR right now. Hunting everybody down. Let me see. I'll show you a little bit of the golf course here. This is a great walking area down here. I don't know how much you can see, but all down on that side, there's all trails and old golf cart walking trails, the old clubhouse here. And I'm gonna head out back home because it's raining, get cleaned up, work hard on tonight's episode, and put together something really special for all of you. Let me clean the lens off. And you'll be able to see, I walk this area down here, and this, I'm only about probably 2 blocks over. Another old clubhouse right here. And the town takes care of all this down here. So it's beautiful. It's probably a good half a mile all the way around when you walk it. I love it. I'm lucky. I only live about there's nice outhouses right there. They do cross-country running here. And in this back area, when you go back up in the woods here, there's actually a pond. I've done live streams from here before. Let me turn the camera back around. I've done live streams from here before. And, maybe it's something I can do a little bit more in the future. But I'm going to head back over to my house, get ready for tonight's episode. I appreciate everybody jumping in on kind of the spontaneous driving around episode. It was nice to, get a little personal and talk about things that have been on my mind and some of my personal life. And it's nice to see that you're all in here and contributing to the chat, of course. So I'm going to end this. Hope everybody's well. Hope to see everybody tonight live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk the 48-hour Idaho 4 episode. And I will, if you can just hit the subscribe button, maybe we can get this out to 100 likes by the time this post ends. So thank you all for being here. I hope you all can make it this evening. And I appreciate the contribution to the chat. It was really nice to kind of let our hair down, hair that I don't have anymore, and just kind of talk a little bit more open and get out of the headquarters. This was a nice little drive. All right, everybody be well. Take care. I'll see you all tonight. I'm going to end this car live now. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.